social science, qualitative research, and visual anthropology. So in this lecture, we're going to focus on three different questions. What is social science? What is qualitative research? And what is visual anthropology? So social science, one of the basic components of this general education course, seeks to understand how individuals and groups think, feel, and behave. It includes disciplines such as sociology, psychology, economics, political science, and anthropology. Now, the social sciences use quantitative, that means measurements and quantification, as well as qualitative methods to develop this new kind of understanding. Qualitative research can be contrasted with quantitative research. It focuses on the why and how of individuals and groups' thought, feeling, and behavior. For qualitative researchers, they use methods such as observation, interviews, and textual analysis. The use of these methods creates a data set that can be analyzed. Themes within that data can be used to highlight people's own perspectives. They give us a rich, sort of in-depth case study and allow us an inside perspective on people's own thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. Visual anthropology can be thought about as a qualitative approach in cultural anthropology. It uses visual data, such as performances, art, and, as we are using in this course, graphic novels. Like other forms of qualitative data, the goal is to interpret and understand people's own perspectives on their feeling, thoughts, and behaviors. So visual forms in visual anthropology can be used as data, but it can be also used to communicate research findings. Where we often think of social science research being communicated in a written or verbal form, visual forms also can be used to communicate research findings. To understand this visual data and how cultural anthropologists and visual anthropologists use it in interpretation and understanding, watch this short clip from a documentary on the four fields of anthropology and the study of art in anthropology.
Art. It can be described as the creative use of the human imagination to interpret, express, and engage life. But as we explore the genius of humanity's creativity, we will discover that it can symbolically define how many societies express their culture. To understand the art of a culture is to understand the people who made it and the culture that produced it. Contrary to the notion that art is a decoration to be hung on a wall or placed in a museum, most cultures use art in everyday objects or in their style of dress or hair. Art also serves the function of highlighting possible changes to the prevailing culture as the voice of protest and dissent. In North America, the arts are often viewed as a frivolous pastime. But in many cultures, artistic expression is an integral part of daily life and fills an important and basic human need.
Art embodies the values, the ideologies, the aspirations, so that if we look at art around the world, it tells us what's important at that specific time when the object was made, or when the poem was written, or when the musical score was created, to that culture and to that specific individual who created it.
What immediately comes to mind in many cultures when discussing art is visual art. Within this wide definition, we can see manifestations of the ideals, values, and traditions of the cultures that produced them.
So to conclude here, social science is one approach to human understanding. It includes quantitative approaches as well as qualitative approaches that highlight meaning and people's own perspectives. Visual anthropology is one qualitative research approach. It uses visual data, such as graphic novels in research, as well as visual forms in the communication of research findings.